After the CAG, the centre wants to show its place to another institution. After the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, Finance Minister P. Chidambaram warned the Premier Investigating Agency against exceeding its mandate. The tongue lashing came after the centre found itself in a spot with a series of graft charges and an increasingly assertive CBI.
The government's warnings that the CBI needs to stop its overreach into policy matters. Clear message to the country's premier investigating agency. First the Prime Minister, now Chidambaram.
Yesterday, the Prime Minister made a thoughtful speech and drew the line between policy making and policing. I urge all of you to reflect on that speech carefully.
There was a veiled message for the Supreme Court, which is overseeing the CBI's probe into the multi-crore Colgate scam, and even one for the opposition, accusing political interference in the CBI's work.
There are several myths about the CBI, ranging from the celebrated epithet caged bird to the abusive nomenclature Congress Bureau of Investigation. None of the descriptions is correct or even well-meaning.
Chidambaram's warning echoed the Prime Minister, who had cautioned the CBI on reading criminality into judgmental errors, a statement seen in the context of Colgate irregularities, which face the Prime Minister.
I do not think it would be too appropriate for a police or agency to sit in judgment over policy formulation without any evidence of malafide.
The twin warnings came after the Prime Minister and the CBI chief openly sparred on economic growth, throwing more opportunity for corruption. But is the government justified in taking on the agency, whose credibility is at an all-time low?
The need for a separate, comprehensive act for CBI has been felt for the last 30 years. Very soon there should be a comprehensive CBI act and specifying the autonomy.
CBI is only asking those questions because it has to answer to the Supreme Court. Government may feel inconvenient in answering some of these questions here, but the truth remains here that they are reporting in these matters to the Supreme Court, not to the government.
For the Prime Minister to say and the Finance Minister to support him and say this is exclusively within the executive domain and therefore don't investigate all this, I think is a flawed argument. Law does not accept it, and the CBI certainly should not accept it.
The government-CBI ties have nosedived after the investigative agency took over the 2G and Colgate scam probes. In both the probes, the office of the Prime Minister has come under a cloud. The oversight by the CAG and the Supreme Court mandating policy changes has upset the government. To make matters worse, under Ranjit Singh, the CBI has been vocally pitching for greater autonomy.
The centre is trying hard to dispel the notion that it is using the Premier Investigating Agency to serve its political ends. But echoing the Prime Minister's line and warning it against overreach may not do wonders for the CBI's morale. While protesting the CBI's cage parrot tag, the government is ending up putting up more questions on credibility of the CBI. With camera person Sanjeev Kumar and Bureau Inputs, Atir Khan in Delhi for Headlines Today.